we're going for YouTube. Say hi, YouTube.
What up?
Hi, YouTube.
How's it going?
Whoop, whoop. Alrighty, and we're going for the podcast. Ready to go? In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of
Business Bros.
Yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hernan here, host of the Business Bros podcast. And if you're listening to us live, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday,
Thirsty
S-H-I-T.
Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, yeah, S-H-I-T, right?
S-H-I-T.
So happy it's Thursday.
So happy it's Thursday.
I like that.
Shout out to Rock 105.3.
Yeah, that's where it came from. We didn't make it up.
No, totally. We're not original.
So, Hernan here, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host.
The insurance bro, James C.S. with Pipeline Insurance.
And we got a special guest for you today.
We always have a special guest every day. And today it's extra special. We have Miss Carissa Barajas from Realty Executives. You want to throw out that tagline?
I don't have a tagline. I need to get one.
No, your brokerage.
Realty Executives. Carissa Barajas, Team Aragon.
Boom.
There it is.
There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one reminder, one new thing. If you're following me on Instagram at Business Bros Pod, you saw that we recorded our parody today, and I just did the 3:45 post because I have it set on alarm. I put some hair just like yours, but yours looks a lot better than mine, right? But I did a hairy post, so check it out. I'm just throwing it out there. So, and of course, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So if you have a gently used pair of shoes or brand new shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up 619-884-0045 or James at csfirst.com. He'll ride over on his Harley and pick those bad boys up. And we appreciate all the donations. And shout out to Steve Harui from yesterday's episode. Literally gave the shoes off his feet, and proof, they're right here.
Right there.
So thank you again for the donations. We really appreciate it. Ready to rock and roll for today's show?
We are, but before we do, really quick, Nino was on listening to our discussion about that party when we were 21. He's like, it was a good party.
It was a good party. See?
One of our oldest friends.
I swear, we bought in this neighborhood in Paradise Hills.
Okay.
And I went back like prospecting when I got my real estate license, and I realized that everybody there bought their home like when the place was built. Almost everybody in that neighborhood. And I was like, damn, we're these punk kids that like threw parties all the time. We were those kids. It was so bad.
That's awesome, though. You gotta live it up, you know?
You do gotta live it up. I just felt bad for everybody else in the area.
Exactly.
They weren't trying to live it up. They're trying to be comfortable.
They're just trying to live.
Exactly. All right, Carissa, tell me a little bit about yourself. Before real estate, what were you into?
So before real estate, I was always in like the customer service business. I waitressed and bartended most of my life, and I just love people, honestly.
So you were a therapist.
I was a therapist, yeah.
I mean, dude, bartending is like a therapy job.
I mean, I don't think it's much different now if you really think about it. I still am a therapist.
You still, yeah.
I still do it.
Don't you? I mean, yesterday we had a talk with Steve, and we were talking about how, real selling and building relationships versus just trying to close everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? There's a huge difference.
Oh, huge, yeah.
And I like the correlation to bartending because it totally makes sense. Like, I could just get you your drink and you're done, but you're not going to want to come back to my place. You're not going to want to engage, and the tips are better.
Yeah, tips are a lot better when you engage, and just making those personal connections is actually, I mean, it's a win-win. It helps them and it helps you too. So
because they're what was it, like a club scene, or were you like at a little hole in the wall bar? Or
so I was at Eastbound Bar and Grill in Lakeside. So it's definitely like a small town in a big city. That's the only way to really describe it. Not really dive bar-ish. It's more of like a family restaurant. So you really got like close connections with the entire family.
So it was a cool spot.
Yeah, it was a cool spot.
All right. So why did you leave that? I'm sure that was a pretty good gig.
Yeah, I loved it. I still go back from time to time. I actually guest bartended a few weeks ago, rodeo weekend in Lakeside. So it's fun to go back and still be able to like have those connections with even my old coworkers. But the nightlife got a little rough with 3 kids at home. So
she became a mama.
Yeah, I'm a mom of 3, so had to change things up a little bit.
That is tough.
Yeah.
Talk about, okay, bartending, you're dealing with full-grown adults. Sometimes they're, a little too tipsy,
Yeah.
right? But having your own at home, what's that like being a mama and trying to have a career?
Honestly, I don't look at it. I look at it as a blessing. It's my biggest motivation. It's actually the reason why I push myself so hard. So it's challenging at times, just trying to find that balance between work life, mom life, but it's so rewarding at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, 100%. How are the kids? You said you had a 9-year-old, right? 9-year-old,
Yes.
6-year-old, 4-year-old.
Yes.
So the 9-year-old, how interested is the 9-year-old in your new career?
Oh, he loves it. Actually, all my kids, but my 9-year-old and my 6-year-old are obsessed with the fact that I'm a realtor, and they always go on YouTube, on TV, and like look at all my videos, and it's the cutest thing ever because they're just so into it. My daughter, for career day, she's a realtor, so that's huge, and they always will kind of copy my sayings, like Carissa Barajas with Realty Executives. Yeah. And it's cute to see, they see everything, and that just proves it. So it's nice.
So you, I'm assuming you got married early. You didn't go to college or anything, right?
I did not.
How is that? Like you're doing real estate now.
Yes.
Doing relatively well.
Yes.
It's a great industry to be in, but it's not your traditional road of, go to college, get a job. Mm-hmm. Like, how did you decide to get into this sales gig?
So I've always kind of just had, been very self-motivated as a person. And I always knew that the traditional college life would not be for me. I didn't get out of high school and go straight to college. I got married and we started our family young, and that was my priority. But, you still have to make money. And being so self-motivated, I've always been kind of just looking for what I can do and what can I start on my own. And this just, I don't want to say it fell into my lap, but I definitely just was exploring the options of real estate. I got into TCing files for the broker that I actually work for now. So I started at the bottom, and I really worked my way up, and now I just love the industry.
But TCing is not, I wouldn't say it's at the bottom. Okay, you're not face-to-face with the client, but you're doing everything that needs to be done.
For sure.
There's a lot. When I was selling real estate, I 100% depended on my TC to tell me, hey, you don't have this, disclosure signed. You need, you need to get your affidavit done by this time. Like, your time frame is coming around the corner. Your 14 days or 17 days, whatever's coming up. Like, I depended on my TC to remind me if I'm human. Maybe I forget to put it on my calendar. Maybe I didn't set, whatever it was. And a good TC is always there to walk you through those steps.
Absolutely. I think that TCing is, they are needed in the real estate relationships because they really are the backbone, and they allow you to be able to keep going and keep getting those clients, keep prospecting, and keep doing what you're doing best. So it's definitely, to me, I look at it as a blessing because I really got to learn a lot about the files and what needs to be done. And I think that's missing a lot in our industry, and being able to start at that was a huge blessing for my career.
Now that you're on the face-to-face side, how picky are you with your TC?
I'm not picky, but I have a great TC. She's actually the one that trained me to be a TC. So I absolutely love her, and I don't have any reason to be picky because I know she's going to get the job done.
How long have you been doing it now?
So I've been licensed now for about 2.5 years.
And what is your perspective? Or how was it when you first started? Where are things going?
So when I first started, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you, even though I saw it so much from all of the people in my office. But I was just excited when I first started for the littlest things, booking that first appointment was huge. You're just oh my gosh, I got an appointment, I have a buyer, and it's just everything's so new. And I want to hold on to that for my whole career because I think it's so important to be excited. It definitely puts things in perspective when you show up to work and every day is different. Every client, every transaction, it's always going to be different, which for me is, it just makes it fun.
How'd you get your first client? Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so my first client that I actually closed, because I was actually working with a client that took a lot longer, but my first closing was actually my sister-in-law. So it was from my own sphere, which is cool because she had a home to sell in Marietta. So I sold her home.
Win.
No,
that's a win. Chalk one up for a win.
Yeah, win for sure. And then she bought a home out in Humboldt. So it was
two wins.
So it was double. And then other than that, you can sometimes work with clients for 6 months plus and not they're not buying a house yet, but they always will end up buying, and it's just staying patient, really.
What's been your biggest struggle so far?
Loyalty, I think, just because there are a lot of people that don't really understand what it means.
Clients or realtors?
I think both. Well, both, really. But I think as far as like clients go, I don't think a lot of people understand what exactly a realtor does. And so, just trying to, kind of understand their side of it and stuff. You just have to be really understanding. I think that's the most difficult thing for me, because they don't understand, and you just think that everyone does, but it just doesn't work like that.
They don't speak your language,
they don't,
right?
Yeah.
Like you speak realtor.
Exactly. Yeah.
They speak English or something else,
or
right?
something else.
But they don't speak realtor.
Yeah.
And how have you? I don't want to say dumbed down. How have you simplified what you present to your clients so that that the conversation flows? What have you learned to help you make that transition a little better?
So I just am myself, to be honest with you. I obviously bring my presentation. I know what I have to offer. I'm going to work hard for my clients, and I think that I've proven that. And now I'm not as scared as to lose my client for asking them for their loyalty as I was when I first started. When you first start, you're just like very much excited that you have anybody that you're showing homes to.
Somebody wants to listen to me?
Yeah, exactly. But now after, multiple transactions, I know that my time is valuable, and, I'm spending time away from my family to help them, and I love what I do, but I also need that to be, reciprocated, and that loyalty to be, and it really, to me, it's not just like close them and we're done. This is a relationship for life, and that's what I have to offer them, and I know that they appreciate it in the end, but they just have to understand it.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
I'm not selling you.
I'm not selling you.
I'm becoming your friend.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking of friends, I just want to throw this out there. A couple of your friends said hi. Susie Silva and Nadia Kasuhanan.
Hi, you guys. Susan, actually, that's my sister-in-law, so that was my first two sales.
Oh, see, super shout out right there.
Oh, you know what? Actually, my brother-in-law too. He was in the mix in those first sales too. So
see? Family.
Yeah, it's all about your sphere, people.
Well, let me ask you, because a lot of times we have realtors that come into the industry, they do their family couple deals, and then boom, they're gone.
Yeah.
So how was that transition, getting outside of your sphere and trying to actually grow it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, everything is word of mouth. So you sell your first one, and then it kind of just goes on like a domino effect from there. But going outside of your sphere and actually finding people that you don't know, that you can still connect with and still trust you in such a big transaction is huge for me. I mean, I've met people at the gym that have overheard me talking to clients, and it just, we just ended up talking, and then they ended up being clients, and they closed escrow.
Oh man, sorry, you got Visionary Media just showing you all kinds of love. Jose and Adrian, they're
Hi,
on.
you guys.
Yep.
Love you guys.
So let me ask you about your experience with Visionary. What was that like?
Oh, amazing. I mean, nothing short of amazing. They're great people.
What'd you guys end up filming?
So we were down at a winery in Lakeside, actually, and Trevy Hills, and they're just amazing at what they do. They make you feel so comfortable behind the camera. I was super nervous because it was, when I just kind of started. It was my first video, and they're just naturals.
Adrian was behind the camera?
He was, yeah. I mean, he was great. He's hilarious.
Dude, he is funny, right?
He's so funny, yeah.
He gives great direction.
Oh, for sure. I mean, all of them do. And then Anita did my hair and makeup, and she is, like, phenomenal. Like, oh, my goodness. All throughout the shoot, like, touching me up, made me feel like a princess the entire time. So
oh, you got pampered.
I got pampered.
And you got quality video.
I need they need to come here.
Right?
Anita, where are you?
Anita, you're getting called out. She needs a little bit of pat down, a little bit curls in her hair. You can do my hair too, by the way, while you're at it.
Yeah. I mean, his might take a little longer.
Right? Yeah. Oh, got to grow it out, I guess. Oh, there it goes. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you like to do for fun?
For fun,
sell real estate.
Yeah, I love to sell real estate. You know what's funny is I like the interior design of real estate too. Like, I'm very much love keeping up with the trends, but I love doing my reorganizing my house. I do it constantly. It drives my husband crazy. But mainly just being a mom, to be honest with you. If I'm not working or with a client, I'm just with the kids doing something, going to the beach, SeaWorld. I'm just like a big kid.
when you're out with your kids, do you still talk like prospect at times?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I'm wondering, like, there's a lot of one of the things we talk about when prospecting is to be you, be yourself, be in your environment where you're gonna be.
Yes.
Right. And as a mom, I'm sure you got sports, probably. You got field trips, you got school, you got all these different things.
Yeah.
What does Carissa, the mom, do on a daily basis to, continue her business and be a mom?
So everybody knows that I sell real estate. In my kids' school, I'm at every single field trip. I mean, sports, everything. That's just, I live it, and it's important to me to keep it real. Like, I am a real person. I'm not just a salesperson. I'm a mom, and I'm going to be at those field trips. I'm going to be answering emails and, doing what I have to do. But that's just like the great thing about this industry. You can do what you love to do and also do what you kind of have to do, day to day.
So tell me a little bit about how you chose a brokerage. Like, I mean, there's tons of places you could have went. Like, what was that process? What was that choice like?
So I originally went because my friend Danny, who works at Realty Executives, she's great, by the way, she had been bugging me to come in and meet Grace. And I came in, I met Grace, and I just felt at home right away. It's a smaller company, and it's just so... They really are. It's like a family. And I just felt at home, to be honest with you. I didn't want to just be one agent out of thousands of agents. I wanted to have a company that, everybody supports each other, and that's what I have.
And how was your training experience? Like I'm sure you had good training as a TC, but it's different when you have to go face to face, when you have to have a listing presentation, when you have to have a buyer's presentation, when you have all these different things.
Yeah.
What kind of training did you guys get over there?
So they have classes that I attended weekly for a long time. Really talking about everything, getting your listing presentation together, just talking about like people that are kind of on the fence for, you name it, anything that you need to learn in this industry. Grace took her time and really, taught us everything we needed to know. As well, I'm actually on a team, so I work with Steve Aragon, and he is great. He's given me so much knowledge in this industry. So it really takes a village to really help you succeed.
Get to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see yourself ever becoming a mentor?
I would like to think so. Yeah. I mean, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
But right now I still have a lot to learn. So I'm,
I don't think you ever really stop learning, though.
You don't. I think that when you stop learning, you need to go in a different room and then keep learning. So.
Oh, I like that. One of the things we hear and say a lot is, don't be the smartest person in the room, right? Surround yourself with other people who know more, and just elevate yourself and help each other. And you help each other get elevated. I mean, take yourself out of the being the number one in this one spot and go be where you're the number 75.
I agree. I
right?
love that.
And then you work your way back up the top. Learn from other people.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn. I mean, like you said, that you never stop learning, so you really do. You have to be number 75 always, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Number 75 always. What a random number to pick. I could pick 37.
Hey, right? I just went with it.
It's gotta have a 7 in it, though.
Yeah, is 7? That's my favorite number.
Yeah.
Yeah, like favorite.
See, me too. I used it in high school all the time. Sports, that was my number.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, this is meant to be.
See, small world. All right, what was that? What was high school like for you? What was what kind of Carissa were you before all of it?
High school was great. I still have my best friends from high school. So we had, the three of us have been best friends since actually elementary school. So, and we just carried on and, live life. High school was high school though. Like, I mean, I think it's pretty much the same for everyone. You just kind of have to get through it and figure out what you're going to do in life and then keep going.
I have a bunch of seniors that just graduated last week. So it's one of those questions that I have to ask, right? What happens right after graduation? What do you think is the biggest advice you would give a 17-year-old kid who just graduated last week and now they're off and what do I do now land?
I think it doesn't matter where you're at. I don't care if you are working at McDonald's when you graduate or if you are a CEO of a company. You have to be at the best at what you're doing. And that's the only way you're going to succeed.
Dude, that's so true. Figure out the one thing that you're good at. That's hard to figure out, though, to be honest. Like, it's been I've done a lot of different things. I have a lot of different licenses and stuff because I love to taste everything.
Yeah.
Right? I'm very interested in something because I don't know what it is. So I dive deep into that thing and I learn all I can and all I want to at that point, and at least enough to be able to hold a conversation on it. And then I'm off to the next thing. What else is interesting?
Yeah.
And then that thing's cool and I learn everything I possibly can and I'm off to the next thing.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to realize, oh snap. It's because business in general, that's my thing.
Yeah, excites you.
Right? That's the thing that I finally figured out, 30 years later.
Right? Yeah.
But, finding that self-awareness of figuring out what it is that you're good at, I wish there was like a course for that.
Yeah, there should be, right?
Have you figured out for yourself yet?
What I'm good at?
Like, what's your thing? What's the one thing that you wake up every day, you're thinking about doing that? That's just what's in your mind. You go to sleep with it, you wake up with it, you dream about it.
I think it's like a mixture of a whole bunch of things. It's hard to just maybe it's just like what you said. There's so many different things that excite me, I guess. But really just being able to be around people is what makes me happy, I guess. And whether that's like my kids or my friends or clients, whatever it is, that excites me. I'm a people person.
Well, I think there's a couple different types of people person. So let me give you an example. Like, I like my wife and I, right? She likes to go like, oh, let's go out, right? I like to go out with a purpose. Like, I'll go out to like a happy hour or a mixer or something that has an intent for me.
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, no, let's like go to Coachella. I'm like, there's a bunch of random ass people. I don't know these people. But she likes to do that, right? She likes to have fun in an environment where I don't know all these people. I could just be myself.
Yeah.
And I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, I need to know all these people so I can be myself.
Right. I think I'm a good mixture between the two because I've never been to Coachella and it doesn't really I think I would go, but I wouldn't plan it, I guess. But I don't have to know everyone.
Well, what about like Disneyland? Are you a fan of going to like Disneyland?
I used to have season passes to Disneyland for the kids, and we went, and I felt like when we would go, it would just be like, okay, we have to go, instead of having it be fun. So no, I didn't really care. I like SeaWorld and the zoo more than Disneyland. Maybe, I don't know.
Is it the lines?
Maybe it is the lines. Maybe it's the people. I guess I'm not as big of a people person.
Did I just convince you otherwise? No, it's because I asked that because he's a big Disney guy, right? He'll go.
Oh, okay.
And for me, I'm like, I don't want to drive. No, it's cool. I'm like, I don't want to drive 2 hours to wait in lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to wait in lines.
Once in a while, it's fine. I think.
Yes, I agree.
Every 3 years.
Every 3 years?
I don't know. I mean, I had the passes. I went like 10 times in a year. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have kids?
No. It was just me and the wife.
Go with kids.
Nah, I'm good.
Right?
There's a reason I don't have kids.
That's maybe why.
Well, I mean, dude, anything just all of a sudden gets exponential. Like we like to go to the movies, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's got the AMC Movie Pass, and it's like $25 a month, right?
That's actually really. I want to get that.
Yeah,
I didn't even
right.
know that was a thing.
Except for me, it's times 3. Because my wife doesn't want to go to the movies.
Yeah,
so now I'm thinking, okay, well, if I wanted $75 a month.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, let's go to Disneyland. Cool. It's times 4.
I know.
Right?
Everything, yeah.
Oh, it's time to eat lunch. Times 4.
Yeah.
Right? Everything gets super expensive with kids all of a sudden. Oh, Disneyland? What is it? Park hoppers are like $150 or something like that?
It's crazy. Yeah. They're so expensive now. And then they don't get as excited to go when they're going all the time. Like, I remember going to Disneyland maybe like 2 to 3 times as a kid.
And it was a thing.
It was like this huge event. Like, I couldn't even believe where we were at, and my kids are like, oh, we're going to Disneyland again. Whatever. And I'm like, all right,
okay, sure. No, I know. Well,
I had a friend who recently took her kids to Disneyland, and they were apparently, I'd rather go to Universal.
Yeah, that's what my kids would
you
do.
A grateful little
right? Well, you know what? It's because it's what they see, right? Mm-hmm. It's whatever's trending right now. We live in a YouTube era.
Oh, I know.
Right? And so, well, what are the YouTubers into right now?
Yeah.
Maybe Disneyland's
Not
played out right now,
things.
right?
Yeah.
So right now, maybe they're the whoever they're watching on YouTube is like, we just came out to Universal, woo, check it out, and of course they're like, ooh, I want to do that.
Now all they want to do is open eggs and play video games.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't
that trippy? How like they watch people play video games?
Yeah, all my boys do
weird.
is that. It's the weirdest thing. They only want to do that. And I actually recently just took away the Switch from my oldest son because he got in trouble. And still, now I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna have to take away you watching people play video games too,
because
like,
it doesn't hurt them enough.
it doesn't. Yeah, I'm
right?
like, well, now you just get it somewhere else. You're just watching somebody do it. So
yeah, the same thing. My kids, my wife will tell them, okay, it's eye break time, right? Eye break.
I like it.
That's a thing.
it's
But
a
it's a
thing.
thing in our house.
It
It's a
is.
thing
It's
in
a
our
thing.
house, right? And then the other one is when they get in trouble, it's no electronics.
Yeah.
And that is like, when I was a kid, it was like you take away a pager or a phone. Like,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to use the phone. Oh, I'm disconnected from the world.
Or what about just like taking away going playing outside? Like now it's like, I mean, if I took away that from
It
them,
didn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's like the electronics is what
Do
gets
you
them.
let your kids go outside?
I do. We have we live like in a cul-de-sac area, so and I know all my neighbors, so they're great. But
Of course you know your neighbors. You
well,
should
yeah,
know your
I hope
neighbors, right?
everybody knows their neighbors.
Well, you especially.
Yes, but it's great because they all have kids around the same age too.
That's perfect.
So it's a really like tight-knit community, and so they do have fun out there, but it doesn't hurt them as much when I take away the outside versus the iPad or
Yeah, and you're still in East County?
I am, yes.
Yeah,
Lakeside.
that's a nice area of town too. There's pockets
There's
of
pockets,
some crazy stuff in
Yeah.
Lakeside, but for the most part, and the only thing I can't deal with is the heat out there.
That's why you have a pool and AC, I guess. But I'm so used to it. I was born and raised out in East County, and I love it. I know what areas not to go into, too. So, I mean, I can help, like, with the whole guidance of where not to go and where to go, I guess.
Yeah, well, we talk about that when we were kids. Like, we grew up in IB.
Okay.
And IB wasn't so nice back then.
Yeah.
Right? But we would always be able to go outside at any time we wanted to. We'd hop on our bikes. We'd ride all the way up, from Silver Strand all the way down to Coronado, all the way up to
Nice.
Walmart, whatever. It was like we had tons of freedom, but today
Can't give them that much.
well, it's not I don't know. I think it's actually safer today than it was in the past. The only difference is you hear about things that happen. If something happens in New York, you hear about it in LA
Yeah.
like in seconds.
That's true.
so
Social media.
And so it feels like things are not as comfortable.
I could see that.
But my wife, I always tell her, I think she's too much of a helicopter mom.
Yeah, it's hard not to be,
Oh.
though.
All right. Yeah, she does. But it's a good balance because she tells me, like, I don't think you watch them enough.
Right.
So we have together, it's a perfect mix.
It's the perfect balance, so.
So I don't know. We'll see. I might get in trouble on this one.
And that's when the fight started.
And that's when the fight started. Remember what you said on the podcast?
She's watching.
Love you, babe. All right, so Carissa, tell me a little bit more about what you have in store for your future.
Gosh, a lot. I just want to continue, honestly, growing in this industry, and really helping as many families as I can that don't. I think my thing is a lot of people don't realize they can be home buyers, and I really want to help people understand that it's not as hard as you think it is, and stop wasting your money on rent, really, and just putting that out to all my friends. I think this generation in general doesn't think that things are they don't take them and go with them like they should. So I think just staying motivated enough to keep working with those people and making them homeowners.
How has your social media game been as of late? Use it a lot, use it a little bit, use it to promote, use it to just maintain family. How do you use your social media?
I do a balance. I like showing who I am. My kids are like my whole life, so they're on my social media as well as work. I'm a human, and this is who I am. I'm not just a salesperson. I'm actually, I'm a mom first, really, mom and wife first, and this is who I am. And I do promote work on there as well. Post all my videos. I try to do as much work as I can, but it's still my real life too.
That's a good balance. I like to see that. My Instagram used to be personal, and then I turned it into a business account, and it's still personal. It's still fun.
Yeah.
You still see what we do. We do this every day, all day.
Yeah.
It's just us.
I mean,
it's
hashtag always on.
hashtag always on.
I like that.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I told you, when I wake up in the morning, this is what I'm thinking about. When I go to bed at night, this is what I'm thinking about. During the day, when I'm, I don't know, anything, eating dinner, I'm like, oh, what could I be doing? I could be doing, like that's just going
It's
on in my
always
head.
going, yeah.
I can't help it.
That's a good quality to have.
I don't know, not all the
I
time.
mean, you do want to shut it off sometimes, but it is hard. It is hard.
It's hard.
We're in a 24/7 business, and that's just the way it is.
Well, I gotta ask you this question though. How often does your phone ring?
Oh gosh.
Does it ring or does it notify you? Like.
No, it rings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my phone rings. If it just notified me, I don't think I'd pick it up as much.
Well, it's because I'm wondering. Like, I get a lot of communication, but as of lately, it's almost all like I get a DM or I get a text message. I rarely get phone calls anymore.
Really? I still get quite a few phone calls, to be honest with you. But I have what I use to follow up and stuff. It actually will call me. So that helps me with my follow up and everything, which
So you have it set up.
I have it
already
set
that
up.
way?
Yeah. That's the only way. I mean, because sometimes you forget, like you're cooking dinner or you're doing something. So you have to have that phone ring sometimes, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. I think it's because I'm transitioning more to using like video DMs. So I
Right.
still do voice. It's just now you see my face and you hear, like, it's just easy. It's like, here's the text message or on Instagram or whatever. I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? This is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. And I'm going to drop a link right here. Go ahead and use that. Like, that's my communication, because I feel like today less people want to be called, but they do want to talk to you. They just want to talk to you on their time.
Yeah. I think every person's different, and you just really have to find what that person finds most useful, whether it be email, text, or phone call. But I always try to call at first. I mean, until I really have a relationship.
Until they tell you don't call me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's be honest. It really is when they tell me to stop calling them. I'm like, okay, I'll email you then.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. But no, calling to me is important. I'm kind of old school when it comes to that, though. I think that's important for them to really. I mean, you can only get so much of yourself in a text message and email versus a phone call. So I'm going to do what works, and that's what works for me. But everyone's different.
I use exclamation points all the time. They started to lose their meaning.
I think emojis to me are like huge. I could probably just have a full conversation in emojis.
It's so funny. Boom, heart.
I know. All the emotions all at once.
All of them at once. This is how I feel. All right, Carissa.
I love it.
That's how it is, right?
It's so true. I use
That's
them
how
all
it
the
is.
time. I can't text without emojis anymore.
I know.
No.
It's just not possible.
And it's sometimes I just like, hey, thumbs up or whatever. That's it. It's done.
It gets
All
the
right,
point
Carissa,
across.
that is your camera right there. I want you to talk to anybody who's out there. How do they get a hold of you if they would like to work with you?
All right, guys. Well, I think the information is right here below. My phone number is 619-244-6928. Give me a call, send me a text, email me, carissabarajas90@gmail.com. Whatever works for you, I'm available.
Boom. And you got to say it you got to do this one time because you have kids. Okay. So you can take this clip and you can reuse it whenever you want. But make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell button. Yeah. And right? You gotta do it one time for the kids, because they're like, Mom, that's so awesome.
It's so true. Make sure you subscribe, you guys. Click the little bell button right below.
There you go.
There
Click
we go.
the little notification bell.
Hit it.
My kids love it. They do. That's like one of the favorite things that they do all the time. Like, they'll grab their phone and like, hey guys, welcome to my show. Make sure you click the little notification bell.
My kids eat breakfast pretending they're on YouTube. They're like, all right guys, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah, same. So
all right, I think I had a typo in there earlier. One more time. It was 619-644-6928.
244-6928.
It was right the first time. Dang it.
There you go.
Fixed it thinking I heard it wrong.
Boom. All right. And then last question I got for you is, who would be a good podcast guest?
All right. So I think that I'm going to choose Ricardo from Realty Executives.
She was going to go down the list and start naming everybody.
No. He was on my mind, but Ricardo, you're next.
You're next. Tag,
Get
dude.
ready.
So we're going to reach out to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks, Carissa, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come out.
Yes.
We had a great time. It was fun, right?
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't even need a shot.
See? But we can have one anyways. I'm just playing. I heard you can bartend, so go ahead.
I know, right? It was Those days are over.
Oh no! You said you did a guest appearance.
Hey, I'll do guests,
bartending,
all right?
right?
Yeah,
There you
you're
go.
right.
So you can't take it out of your blood. No, but
I love it.
I mean, that's all I'm saying is if you guys want to be on the podcast, check out our social media page at Business Bros Pod. Hit me up 619-884-4915. Hernan at seeusfirst.com. I'm reading a text message from Jose. It popped up on my screen. So send me a text message. We are booked up 8 weeks in advance. So if you do want to get on the show, you might have to. I'll send you the booking link, and you're gonna have to check in from time to time to make sure and you book a date that's available that pops up. So do it sooner rather than later. And then of course, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So if you have a gently used pair of shoes or you have new shoes or you want to donate cash, 619-884-0045 or James at seeusfirst.com. Remember, he'll hop on his Harley right out there and pick him up. And of course, if you have any insurance needs, home, auto, life, business, whatever, hit up James. Again, his number 619-884-0045 or James at seeusfirst.com. And if you want to add insurance into your business, maybe you have a real estate office or a tax office or a mortgage office and you want another line of business, hit them up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out. Bye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Love you guys.
We love ya. Jose said something about something.